Well, we've talked a lot about incentives. I'm curious what, outside of incentives, if you could wave a magic wand and change a few things in Wilmington, are there other factors at play here, or really the only difference at this point is incentives because we have the studio, we have the crew base?
The only thing I could think of is a skyline would be nice.
Yeah. So anybody who wants to build a few really large buildings that we can
Did you hear that, PPP?
that we can make look like New York, you know, it's like locations in this town. It's every time there's literally a new building, it's like our location department is under orders to go photograph it so that we can see if we can find a different look than we've been doing for the last time. So I agree with you completely. We just need a couple great looking tall buildings.
And one of them could be a hotel downtown. That wouldn't hurt.
We have a question at table 12. Liz?
This question is for Dan. I wanted to let you know that my favorite high school teacher from North Mecklenburg High School in Charlotte, he's 75 years old. He has traveled all over the world doing all sorts of things, and I have never seen someone so excited about coming to Cucaloris this weekend. We're having dinner tonight, and he wants me to squire him around to all the different locations. And I saw that Cucaloris was voted, one of the coolest film festivals. So why is it such a standout that appeals to people of all ages and my 75-year-old completely charming English teacher?
Why are you so great, Dan? That's what we want to know. And just to help him a little bit, a lot of you have probably met with Cucaloris in the past year. They've really been making an active effort to reach out to the business community, so maybe you could answer the question, but then also roll in how can the business community help Cucaloris continue to grow and continue to be on the coolest list?
Wilmington has a lot of unique assets. We've held our festival downtown from the very beginning, and our festival is different from other film festivals. There's no red carpet. We're not trying to get stars to come. We've really attempted to work with artists and create a festival that's an opportunity for artists to gather together and have what I would call an intimate experience with an audience. And believe it or not, that's very unique for an artist. You work a lot of times isolated, especially if you're like a screenwriter and you're in sort of this creative bubble. And then especially if you're a filmmaker, your work goes out there and it screens all over the place and there's a room full of people, but you don't ever really get to connect with them. In film festivals, most film festivals give out awards, and so you spend 5 days in a foreign city and you're nervous because you're passing out flyers for your film, you're trying to get people to vote for it. And then we invite them here. There's no real business side of the festival. It's more focused on the social side of things so that people can connect and share, and so it's about creativity. We've almost started to look at it as a retreat for artists and film fans, and that's been successful. There's obviously been a need for that, and so I think that's part of what does it. We have a moonshine sponsor that helps. And the assets in the film industry's presence here is why we exist. We've kind of like a weed that grew up on the other side of the fence at Screen Gems, and we've just been lucky that the city embraces it, and we try not to take it too seriously. It's a film festival. Our job is to make people have a good time, and that's easy when you've got a historic riverfront city that has great theaters. I mean, City Stage and Thalian Hall are two of the most beautiful theaters in the world, and they're 3 blocks from each other. So it's easy for us in a lot of ways because of what the shadows of the founders of Wilmington left us. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we can wrap this in. We got time for one more question, and I'd like to ask each panelist to think of one thing that would really help Wilmington's film industry. Obviously, the incentives is part of that answer. But a lot of people have been asking questions about what could the business community here do to continue to grow the film industry. So if we can start with Bill and then we'll move down the line.
I'm going to take my hat off as head of the studio and put the one on that's vice chairman of the Regional Film Office Committee, the board. That production guide is invaluable to anybody who wants to do business with the film industry, because that guide sits on the production person's desk, the producer's desk. They go through it to find hotels, lumber yards, fuel suppliers, stores to shop in. It's a great place. It's not expensive, and I encourage you to contact Johnny or Tori and check it out and see how it would be of value to your business. Again, the book is closing this week. It comes out in January. And also, I'm now going to put my hat on as a member of the Cucaloris board and say, you know, it's a little late for this year, but next year, this film festival is totally supported by local people. And there are great sponsorship opportunities with the film festival. So don't forget Cucaloris next year, because there's an opportunity to reach people who will spend money with your business.
Aaron?
I would say selfishly, actually, it's all about me, support the Wilmington Regional Film Commission. Johnny has a staff of 2, and he needs a staff of 5, seriously. But the more weapons he has, or the more arrows he has in his quiver, makes my job much, much easier. I would say you are the business leaders of Wilmington. Help us help people like Greg get the yeses. When they come to us, because they got to know, it makes my job harder, and we want to avoid that. So you can help us get the yeses when we need a location, when we need to cut through red tape. Films come in very quickly, and television comes very quickly. They dump a lot of money very quickly, and they move around, and they truly, time is money. So as business leaders in this community, help us get those yeses. I think that would help this industry a lot.
Greg?
I think we're in a kind of interesting business, because really all that we take away is images. And it used to be on film, and now it's on little chips about this big. But what we do is we go onto a street, and we photograph a scene, and we pack up all of our trucks, and we leave. And at least my philosophy has been, as I know Tim's is, and every other good producer's is, let's leave the place better than what we came into it with. And so for me, it's just a matter of supporting and understanding that periodically you're going to have a couple condor lights shining into the windows of somebody's business, or building, or home. But we're only going to be there for a few hours. We're going to be gone. And I think at the end of the day, we leave a tremendously positive impact within the community of Wilmington itself. So that would be my wish.
Well, mine's pretty easy. Starting tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., you should all be in line to go see a film at Cucaloris. We show an incredibly diverse selection of films from all over the world. Filmmakers are already flying in to town to be here and meet you guys and show their films. So come to the festival. We have 77 separately ticketed events. Come to 2 or 3. And in the long term, we need your support. Cucaloris gets a lot of recognition, but we have a fraction of the budget of most film festivals. And in order to sustain what we're doing, we need more people from the business community to get involved, so that we can keep doing this, and so that Cucaloris can become our brand the same way that Spoleto is sort of a brand for the city of Charleston. And we think we're in a really good position to do that, but you guys are the ones who will help us make it to that next level.
Tim?
I second that. I think what you have done over the years has taken a little idea, and it's become one of the coolest nationally known film festivals, and you deserve a lot of credit. It's wonderful. I think you guys kind of touched on it. Locally, the downtown businesses and homes that tend to get used more than others in television and films as locations. It is inconvenient at times, it's annoying at times, But if we can all just remember what a benefit it is to our community, financially, spiritually, and otherwise, and perhaps spread the good word that we're a clean industry. Wilmingtonians should be proud that we're a capital. I probably shouldn't say that, but a film capital in North Carolina. And, you know, if we all pitch in a little bit, and it can be a problem, but we offer so much to the community, and a little inconvenience and patience would be welcome throughout the city when filming. Other than that, it's perfect.
Well, if we could please have a round of applause for our panel. As a lot of you probably know, we always get books for our panelists, so this time we picked a selection. There's a guy who bought a little film studio and made it into something really big. A new biography just came out about him. The film studio was Pixar, and the guy also had a computer company, so we got all of them the new Steve Jobs book, which is a really good one if you haven't picked it up yet. So thank you all for coming out, and we will see you next year.
Got memories? Get DVDs. Tapes won't last forever. Digital transfers will. Do it today, so you'll have your memories tomorrow. Call us at 399-1820 or online at myrealvideo.com. Mold and time ruin videotapes. Tapes won't last forever. Digital transfers will. Do it today, so you'll have your memories tomorrow. Call us at 399-1820 or online at myrealvideo.com.